Taxes. As the rulers of the Mahajanpadas were building huge port, maintaining big armies, they needed more resources and they needed officials to collect these. So instead of depending on occasional gift brought by people, as in the case of Raja of the Janpadas, they started collecting regular taxes. Taxes on crops were the most important. This was because most people were farmers. Usually, the tax was fixed at 1 upon 6 of what was produced. This was known as bhaga or a share. There were taxes on craft person as well. These could have been in the form of labor. For example, a weaver or the smith may have had to work for a day every month for the king. Herders were also expected to pay taxes in form of animals and animals produce. There were also taxes on goods that were bought and sold through trade. And hunters and gatherers also had to provide forest produce to the Raja. What do you think would have been provided by hunters and gatherers? Changes in agriculture. There were two major changes in agriculture around this time. The one of growing use of iron plowshares. This meant that heavy clay soil could be turned over better than with a wooden plowshare so that more grain could be produced. Second, people began transplanting paddy. This meant that instead of scattering seed on the ground from which plant would sprout, saplings were grown and then planted in the fields. This led to increased production as many more plants survived. However, it was back-breaking work. Generally, slave men and women, the Sas and Dasis, and landless agricultural laborers, Kamkaras, had to do this work. Can you think why kings would encourage these changes? A closer look. Magadha. Find Magadha on map 4, page 49. Magadha became the most important Mahajanpada in about 200 years. Many rivers such as Ganga and Son flowed through Magadha. This was important for our transport, water supplies, making the land fertile. Part of Magadha were forested elephants which lived in the forest, could be captured and trained for the army. Forest also provided wood for building houses, carts, and chariots. Besides, these were iron ore mines in the region that could be tapped to make strong tools and weapons. Magda had two very powerful rulers, Bimbisara and Ajatashatru, who used all possible means to conquer other Janpadas. Mahapadmanand Padmananda was another important ruler. He extended his control up to the northwest part of the subcontinent. Rajgira, present day Rajgir, in Bihar, was the capital of Magadha for several years. Later, the capital was shifted at Patliputra, present day Patna, more than 2300 years ago. A ruler named Alexander, who lived in Macedonia and Europe, wanted to become a world conqueror. Of course, he didn't conquer the world, but did conquer part of Egypt and West Asia and came to the Indian subcontinent, reaching up to the bank of the Bias. When he wanted to march further eastwards, his soldiers refused. They were scared as they had heard the rulers of India and vast armies of foot soldiers, chariots, and elephants. In what ways were these armies different from those described in the Rigveda? A closer look. Vazi. While Magda became a powerful kingdom, Vazi, with its capital at Vaishali, Bihar, was under a different form of government known as Gana and Sangha. In a Gana and a Sangha, there were not one but many rulers, sometimes even when thousands of men ruled together. Each one was known as Raja. These Rajas performed rituals together. They also met in assemblies and decided what had to be done and how through discussion and debate, for example, if they were attacked by an enemy, they met to discuss what should be done to meet the threat. However, women, dasas, and Kamakaras could not participate in these assemblies. Both the Buddha and Mahavira, about whom you will read in chapter 6, belong to Ganas or Sanghas. Some of the most vivid descriptions of life in the Sanghas can be found in Buddhist books. Gana is used for group that has many members. Sangha means organization or association. This is an account of the Vajis from the Digha Nikaya, a famous Buddhist book, which contains some of the speeches of the Buddha. These were written down about 2300 years ago. Ajashatru and the Vajis. Ajashatru wanted to attack the Vajis. He sent his minister named Vashakra to the Buddha to get his advice on the matter. The Buddha asked whether the Vajis met frequently in full assemblies. When he heard that they did, he replied that the Vajis would continue to prosper as long as they held full and frequent public assemblies. They met and acted together. They followed established rules. They respected, supported, and listened to elders. Vajis women were not held by force or captured. Chaitya's local shrines were maintained in both towns and villages. Wise saints and followed different beliefs were respected and allowed to enter the lives and the country freely. In what ways uh, was the Vaji Sangha different from the other Mahajanpadas? Try and list at least three differences. Rajas of Rajas of powerful kingdoms tried to conquer the Sanghas. Nevertheless, these lasted for a very long time, till about 1500 years ago, when the last of the Ganas and Sanghas were conquered by the Gupta's rulers, about whom you will read in this chapter. Read in chapter 10. Elsewhere, find Greece and Athens in your atlas around 2500 years ago. The people of Athens set up a form of government which was called a democracy, which lasted for about 200 years. All free men and over the age of 30 were recognized as full citizens. There was an assembly that met at least 40 times a year to decide on important matters. All citizens could attend these meetings. Appointments for many positions were made through lottery. All those who wanted to be chosen gave in their names, and then some were selected through lottery. Citizens were expected to serve in the army and the navy. However, women were not considered citizens. Also, many foreigners who lived and worked in Athens and merchants and craftspersons did not have rights as citizens. Besides, there were several thousand slaves in Athens who worked in mines, fields, household, and workshop. They too were not treated as citizens. Do you think this was a true democracy? Imagine you are peeping through a crack in the walls of the assembly of Vaishali, where a meeting in the progress to discuss way to deal with an attack by the king of Magadha. Describe what you might hear. Let's recall. Some important dates. New kinds of Rajas about 3000 years ago. Mahajanpadas about 2500 years ago. Alexander's invasion compositions of the Digha Nikaya about 2300 years ago. End of the Ganas or Sanghas about 1500 years ago. Thank you.